All right, all right. Guess who's back? I'm back. It's been a crazy few weeks, uh, so I haven't been able to put out videos. But first things first, shout out to my mom. It was her birthday last week, so happy birthday! I always start off these videos by saying, "Hi, mom, cómo está?" My mom has Parkinson's disease, and it's pretty up there, pretty severe at this point. She lives about an hour away, so my dad puts on my videos, and we hope that it allows her to have some type of recollection about me. Like I always say hi. She doesn't talk at this point, so this is why I say hi, mom, when I start them off. Also, we just had our whole garage done, which was awesome. We had the garage was a hot mess. Everything that was in here, we had to put it into the house. The epoxy the floor, which was really cool. So the house was a hot mess. Really didn't want to do any videos, but so much happened. And then from that, we ended up having to move everything back in. And then our niece ended up coming about 2 weeks ago or about a week ago, and she was here. She stayed about a week as well. We took her out to Disneyland. She got to see Galaxy's Edge, and she got to get on the new rides, which was a lot of fun to take her out. And as well, her uncles came that day before she left, so we took them to Disneyland, and they got to see the new Star Wars Edge as well, like the new Star Wars Land. They got on we got on the Millennium Falcon, and we allowed them to drive, and they ended up crashing into a train, causing the whole system to break down, but we got to get on it again, which was a lot of fun. So shout out to them for breaking that ride. And then finally, it's just been crazy. It's been hot. And I'm also working with an animation studio called Wild Canary. So I've been kind of really head down focusing. I'm an illustrator, and I have a project that's going on for a few months. So I kind of been head down doing that, making sure that the work that I'm uh, delivering is up to par to what they're looking for. So that's really exciting. Hopefully, the project does get picked up. And I don't know, maybe in a year or so, I'm able to talk about what I did with them. So that's kind of what's been going on. So here we are, jumping right into it quickly. Congratulations to Microsoft and Xbox. Same people, Microsoft and Blizzard slash Activision. They were able to acquire, or they got the green light pretty much to acquire Activision, who owns Blizzard and owns a bunch of other side studios. This is allowing the whole Blizzard and Activision catalog of games to come into the Game Pass. Sony signed a deal that's going to extend for 10 years, allowing any Call of Duty games to remain on the PlayStation console, and this is going to allow all players to continue to stay connected. I know there's a lot of PlayStation players and people kind of really upset about the whole thing, or trying to say that Microsoft is going to pigeonhole them to have to buy a console, but realistically, a lot of the PlayStation games for a long time had really exclusive either guns, skins, multiplayer maps, multiplayer games, or game types. So that's something that's always been unfair for the rest of us. I feel happened with Destiny. It's happened multiple times with Call of Duty. Even with the latest Call of Duty, when the whole ordeal was happening, Sony was trying to present Microsoft as being only exclusive, and they came out with the bundle that you could only buy if you had a PlayStation. So that was kind of ironic. But here we are. Microsoft will be able to move forward with it. If you guys are into stocks, they are thinking that it's going to close within this week or maybe next week, which means the merger happens. Those shares end up being part of the Microsoft ecosystem and shareholders and whatnot. So, if you guys are into that, hopefully you guys make a lot of money. And then, so as I mentioned, those games end up hopefully coming into Game Pass, which will be able to it'd be awesome because you can play Diablo 1 and 2, 3, maybe not 4, but all the Call of Duty games. So much so that Microsoft actually fixed some of the servers for the old Call of Duty games, which is exciting because for the 360 games, you're able to go in, have fun, relive those moments of raging out, getting new kills and whatnot. So that's really fun. And moving on to Game Pass as well, they just updated their uh, ecosystem as well with Xbox Live. As many of us grew up with, that is no longer a thing. It has come to an end, and in that is being, I believe it's called Game Pass. It's like Game Pass, and it has different tiers, and in this different tiers. Kind of this idea where we have something that was whole, and then they cut it up and then present it back to us as something new and fresh, and they make it seem like we're getting a great value. But pretty much is you can either buy a subscription for that includes PC games, console games with no multiplayer, or you get the ultimate bundle that includes PC and console and multiplayer. Multiplayer just means ability to talk on Xbox Live, play Xbox multiplayer games that are not free. So if a game, if you have to, if a game for the multiplayer, you have to buy the game and it's not free, you're not able to play that. But something like Apex, Call of Duty, Overwatch, those are free games. So Xbox gives you the ability to play those games without having to, I believe, have to buy Xbox Live, something like that. So that's something new that just came out on Monday. Where we'll see what happens, or yesterday we'll see. When I say what happens, is like, will they make some alterations to this? Will they make some fixes? But so far, it's $15.99 for the highest tier. And as I mentioned, it provides a bunch of Game Pass games that I initially wouldn't buy, but it's really cool to go in there. You can stream some of these games. I've streamed a lot of games that just because, like, oh, it looks interesting and I'll play it. But obviously, the most exciting thing here is that we'll hopefully get Call of Duty games along with Diablo games. Um, Hopefully, maybe next month or maybe by the end of the week, we'll get more information as that goes. And then moving on to, unfortunately, Destiny at the moment is not in a really good place. Their event just went live today. Ironically, their bundles went live yesterday, and some people started buying the new cosmetics. It was a glitch or a bug. They went in there and they fixed it, but it wasn't that you weren't. They were giving out free armor for the new Solstice event. It was more like you were able to go buy the stuff, and they didn't mean to may have that go live. It's live now. It's if you guys have done that in the past, quick rundown. It pretty much is it's an event where you're set to do this playlist. You do that playlist, and over time you accumulate a buff, just to simple or a cosmetic or a consumable that then allows you to upgrade that armor to become a final tier, which is like it gives it a glow. So for those who play Destiny or don't know, it's like you have solar, which is red, you have electricity, that's blue, and then you have void, that's purple. And that armor and that glow reflects that when you have that different type of ultimate. And honestly, at this point, it's not as exciting as it used to be. When they first initially launched it, I think the armor was incredible. The way you would do it is you would get a broken down armor piece based on the campaign, and they would send you out to these different missions to replay, and you had to hit certain uh, like missions or certain tiers in that armor to evolve it. And then at the end, no cosmetics. It was just playing the game. You would get a full on like glow. It was really cool. And lately, for the past 3 years or 3 years, probably, it's at the same place. It's an EDZ zone. You have to light a fire, and you'll get some things that'll push it. But at the end, you can pay. I think it's 16,000 silver coins to get the full armor that glows. It seems like Destiny and the way everything is kind of going at the moment, everything is all about microtransactions and how much they can get out of your wallet. I don't think it was such a big deal before because the community was really involved with the game. I think the game allowed that buffer between, hey, there's cosmetics and game and story to not be such a jarring thing and present. But Paul Tassi, who's a big community or is a big journalist when it comes to the community and into Destiny, kind of broke it down. And it seems that at the moment, Destiny is one of the most AAA games that have a lot of microtransactions. Everything like it just came out that there's a shader that's now included of the season that's like $10, and shaders were things that you could get free, but now they made a bundle last year or last season. It seemed to go well, and people bought it. You get like a shader, you get a skin for an exotic, but most people don't do it. And the shader is really cool, and it's unfortunate that they're starting to put a shader is just something that changes the color of your armor. That they're starting to put this into a microtransaction, which means that you have to buy it in order to use it. Honestly, I think I'm on only level 35, 36 in the season. It's generally the first time in about 2 years that I've not really put my whole heart into this. It's really disappointing because I really love Destiny, and I mean it's enjoyable, but at this point I don't play at all. Like I started playing and it felt very chore like, and it just pushes me away. And the story is going on, and I need to catch up because obviously I paid for the season. I don't want to have the season end and not be able to go through the season pass because they don't have anything implemented where you can go on to the next season. And if you finish it, you're not able to finish it in old season. So the story, I guess it got kind of good. I've only seen this through Twitter. It is what it is. We'll see. The servers continue to have issues. They continue to have bugs that just break the game, and it's unfortunate. And we'll see. We'll see how long the community can tolerate this before people really begin to jump ships. And speaking of jumping ships, right now I am 100% so involved in Diablo. Diablo is exciting. I'm having a lot of fun. My character is only on level 61, 62, I think, but it's just fun. I open up the whole map. I just kind of been going through things. Just it's exciting to fight like world bosses. You get to play with people. The loot system, even though some people hate it, honestly, I'm having a good time and it's a lot of fun. The new season starts tomorrow, so if you guys have not aren't aware, the season itself is going to be free, but you can buy a season pass with cosmetics. But that's not really connected to the story itself, which is really cool. You don't have to because a lot of games will make you buy the season pass in order to do the story. So there's like new enemies that are going to come out. Cosmetics is always really cool, probably be like $10. But just to let you know, please start off with the highest character you have. If you've unlocked all the map and the Lilith, like it's a thing that you have to find throughout the map. If you don't have those, take time to go through it. You only have today to do that. But when you start off with the main character who's its highest, the whole map will open. All the Lilith towers will be available for you, and it'll allow your character. Just so you know, that main character you're using will not be able. You won't be able to use that for the season. So a lot of people don't know. I think I'm gonna have to restart either my druid or maybe start a barbarian. But the main character I have, I can't use my stats and all that to start the season, which is, I mean, I guess it's been part of Diablo 3 or the Diablo's ecosystem, but I'm not into that. So I'm still going to play. It still looks really exciting. I'm really into Diablo. So what can I do? It has me right now. And it's kind of taking away time from playing Destiny, and I'm okay with that. And now moving on, finally, we're come to Overwatch. The season, I've completed the season. Season was fun. Just kind of been playing it. I play this throughout the weekends. I play with my cousins, my friends. We have a good time. They have a lot of stuff going on. They have the summer games, which includes Winston's volleyball, and then they have Lucio ball, which is a lot of fun. There's a mode there where it's like 5, 6 different type of balls drop down, and it has like the whole thing goes crazy because everyone's trying to shoot one into the goal. And we've even had that where we play 3v3 versus like our own team, which is really fun. So you guys check that out. They also have a thing right now where if you log in and you watch Overwatch on Twitch, you get to skip a tier. I think at this point a lot of people are pretty much done with the season. But if you're trying to get to level 200, this is kind of a cheat sheet way to get to that level where it's just a nameplate you get. But for every 2 hours you watch, you get up to 5 free tier skips. It's cool. Why not, right? And that's kind of where Overwatch is. It's really fun. I think next season is when we get the new support. We start being introduced to the new mission stuff. I'm excited to see what that entails or what that's going to look like. But I don't know if that's where it's going to be, where we have to pay $10 to be able to experience that, which sucks. Hey, but this is kind of the life we're in right now with the whole microtransaction. Everything kind of be spoon fed to us or being repackaged to make it seem like you're getting a great value when initially it was part of the full meal. And kind of wrapping things up here, I heard that Halo's having some kind of run. I'll jump into it to see what that looks like. See if it's exciting to play again. They have apparently the new infection where you become like a zombie. Spartan is really fun, and they're saying that it's one of the best from all of Halo. I haven't played it, so I'll check that out. But let me know what you guys have been up to. I miss doing these intros and having these videos and talk about a little bit of everything. Let me know what you guys are up to. Are you guys willing? How are you guys coping with this